Have you ever noticed that right when you start improving your life, everything suddenly falls apart? You finally feel aligned, motivated, maybe even blessed. Then, out of nowhere, money dries up, relationships crumble, your confidence disappears, and you start questioning if the universe is even listening. What if I told you this isn't bad luck or karma or just life? What if I told you this is the final test before your breakthrough, and most people fail it? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why God tests you right before your manifestation, how to recognize those divine tests, and how to pass them so you can step into the reality you've been praying for. Every major transformation begins with a collapse. When you ask God or the universe for something new, you're not just asking for a thing, you're asking for a new frequency, a higher version of yourself. But here's the thing. Your current reality, your habits, emotions, and beliefs are tied to the old you. And the old you must dissolve before the new one can emerge. So what happens? Life starts rearranging. The people, jobs, routines, and patterns that can't exist in your next chapter begin to fall away. To your human mind, it feels like loss. But to your higher self, it's cleansing. It's almost like God saying, let's see if you're ready for what you asked for without falling back into the old frequency. This is why things get worse before they get better. Because you're not being punished, you're being purified. Now let's talk about the why. Why does God, or the divine, even test us? Because manifestation isn't magic, it's alignment. If your energy doesn't match what you desire, you can't hold it, even if it arrives. Imagine giving someone $1 million when they still have a poverty mindset, they'd lose it instantly. Or giving someone deep love when they still think they're unworthy, they'd sabotage it. So before the universe gives you what you want, it checks if you've become who you need to be to hold it. And that's what these tests are. Opportunities to prove to yourself that you've changed. The pressure, the waiting, the rejection, the silence. They're not signs of failure. They're feedback from the divine, showing you exactly where you still react from your old self. Every trigger is a mirror. Every delay is a lesson. And every test is a doorway to the next level. So how do you know when you're in one of these divine tests? There are 3 unmistakable signs. Everything feels uncertain. The things that once felt stable start to shake. That's a clue that your old timeline is collapsing. Old triggers reappear. People from your past, fears you thought you healed, emotions you buried. They rise up again for one reason, to see if you'll respond differently this time. You feel spiritually quiet. It's like God goes silent. Not because he's gone, but because this is your chance to apply everything you've already learned. The teacher doesn't speak during the test. When you recognize these signs, you shift from panic to awareness, and awareness is power. So how do you pass these divine tests and step into your breakthrough? There are 2 main principles that change everything. 1. Don't react, respond. Your old frequency survives through your emotional reactions. Anger, fear, doubt, frustration. When you react, you feed it. But when you stay calm, when you choose peace even in chaos, you starve the old energy. You're showing the universe, I am no longer controlled by the illusion. This is where detachment becomes your superpower. Not the cold, emotionless kind, but divine detachment. The kind that says, I trust the timing, I trust the process, I trust myself. Remember, the old reality feeds off your reaction. So your silence, your calmness, your awareness, that's how you win the test. 2. See adversity as confirmation, not rejection. The moment things start getting worse, that's your confirmation that the new frequency is being installed. It's like shaking a snow globe. Everything looks chaotic before it settles beautifully. So when chaos hits, don't say, why me? Say, of course, this means it's working. Because it is. The deeper the test, the closer the breakthrough. You're not being punished, you're being initiated. Here's the truth: the universe isn't against you, it's shaping you. Every challenge, every silence, every breakdown is divine preparation for the version of you that already has what you desire. So when it feels like God has abandoned you, that's actually when He's closest. He's just quiet, because He's watching to see if you've learned the language of faith, not through words, but through energy. You are not being tested to suffer. You are being tested to transform. Remember, creation is not something you do. It's something you are. You are the artist of your reality. And every test is simply the universe handing you a new brush, waiting to see what masterpiece you'll paint next. This is Create Your Artist. Awaken your power, trust the process, and create consciously.